cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1. How could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine. You cannot hold that.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jackson, first play, going to throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And the tight end goes in motion left. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Off of play action, it's Watson rolling to his right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a 1st down. The Browns at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They felt they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
Watson off play action. Flushed out right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
It's Zaven Collins who got in there to get the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
On 4th down, Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work, and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Here's Jackson.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Jackson now.
That is caught, Rashad Bateman.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
10 yards on the touchdown pass.
And the Ravens lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on, because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Flush to his right. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. On the move past the 40. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. Watson on 1st down.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Anthony Schwartz,
his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They go play action with Jackson. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's got to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense, because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Sometimes it's design, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
This is the tight end, Njoku.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
On first down, it's Watson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And he'll get about 3 here, up to the 44-yard line.
Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 45-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Chubb will get the call running left. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up. Watch the safety creep.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Faking the give. Now Watson on the move to his left.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, Watson.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stephens. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Jackson. He completes it to Beckham. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game? A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. Cooper will come in motion right. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They go up the middle with Chubb. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Here we go on 4th. Watson.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Watson's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones.
And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was...
And that's going to be caught for a Browns Ravens touchdown. Amari Cooper with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Browns have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run here with Dobbins.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now it's Jackson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. But plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on third down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. To throw is Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Browns drive about to get started. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift. That takeaway, even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And Chubb will try the middle here. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
On the tackle there, Zach Sealer out of Ferris State. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So for Cleveland, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they suffered defeat